textbooks keep saying Christopher Columbus was some kind of hero. I keep finding different versions. Some people celebrate him, others say he was violent. Which one was true?
Let's find out, not from myths, but from history. Christopher Columbus was born in Genoa, Italy around 1451. He grew up dreaming of the sea and became a sailor. By the late 1400s, he wanted to sail west across the Atlantic to reach Asia. But Columbus wasn't some genius who proved the earth was round. People already knew the earth was round. His real mistake? He thought the earth was much smaller than it is. If the Americas hadn't been in his way, his crew probably would have died.
Wait, didn't Spain just say yes right away?
Nope. Columbus spent years begging kings and queens to fund him. Portugal said no, Spain said no, until they got desperate after a costly war. Finally, King Ferdinand and Queen Isabel agreed to pay for his voyage. But here's what most school books skip. Columbus promised Spain wealth. He had to deliver gold, slaves, and new land or he'd lose their support. That pressure shaped everything he did. In 1492, Columbus landed in the Bahamas. The people he met were the Taino. They were generous and curious. Columbus wrote in his own journal that they gave freely and could easily be controlled.
So he saw their kindness as weakness.
Exactly. Instead of respecting them, Columbus planned to use them.
That sounds terrible.
It was, and disease carried by Europeans spread quickly, killing huge numbers of indigenous people who had no immunity. Within decades, entire communities were destroyed. Here's something rarely taught. Columbus didn't stay in power. His rule over the colonies was so brutal, even to Spaniards, that complaints piled up. The Spanish crown arrested him in 1500 and sent him back to Spain in chains.
Spain arrested him?
Yes, he was accused of tyranny, cruelty, and corruption. The later freed, Columbus never regained full trust. By the end of his life, he was in debt, struggling, and bitter that Spain didn't give him all the riches he thought he deserved. So why do some still call him a hero? Because for Europe, his voyages opened the door to colonization and empire. But for indigenous peoples, his arrival marked the start of slavery, violence, and a loss of their lands.
That doesn't sound heroic at all.
It's not. Columbus was ambitious, yes, but also cruel, greedy, and deeply flawed.
So, when people celebrate Columbus, they're ignoring all the suffering he caused. That's why so many places now honor Indigenous Peoples Day instead, to remember the people who were here first and what they endured.
History isn't about worshiping heroes, it's about facing the truth, both the good and the bad. And the truth about Columbus? He wasn't a brave discoverer. He was a man whose actions caused devastation that still affects people today.